Well, this isn't a Flipper Zero video. Let's talk about that. Hello and welcome to Modern Broadcast. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the PowKiddy Q90 handheld. This is a budget handheld, and some of you might be asking, why are we not doing the Flipper Zero video where we're getting Marauder on the stock firmware and making that device work on stock? And that is because there is quite a bit more involved with that than I anticipated. I did some reading. I thought we'd just be able to drag like the .fap file over, but that's not the case. So we got to be utilizing like command line, and I did not have time this week to do all the research, make a video, record everything, and put it all together in a nice package. So instead, we're going to be doing this one, and hopefully maybe midweek I can release the Flipper Zero video, or at least get it out by next Sunday. Alright, so per usual, let's go ahead and talk the specs of this Q90 handheld device. The Q90 has an IPS 3-inch display that has a resolution of 320 by 240. It has a 1500 milliamp hour battery that's supposed to last up to 3 to 4 hours. I don't know if that's actually going to be accurate or not, but that's what they put on paper. It has a micro SD card slot where it actually comes with a 64 gigabyte micro SD card that is absolutely loaded to the nines with games. For emulation support, it boasts that it supports up to PlayStation 1. This is a budget handheld system coming in at just under $50. And let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. Alright, so here we have it. This is the Q90 box here. And what's nice is that we kind of have this kind of etched look of the device. We see this all the time with these handhelds where they kind of just make a drawing of the handheld on the top of the box here. In the upper left hand corner, it looks like we have the Q90, but it looks like our Zero kind of faded away, or maybe didn't print all the way there. Flipping our box over here, it looks like we kind of have a little bit of details about it. So we have the L button, R button, a USB port up top, the micro SD card on the bottom, headphone. Looks like we got a D-pad, and it looks like we have a joystick here and the ABXY buttons. On the other side of the box here, so it comes with a console, a USB cable, a user manual. It comes with 3 color options: black, white, which is transparent, and a turquoise blue. Kind of reminds me of the Switch Lite. Alright, and getting the box open here, looks like we have a note. When shutting down, be sure to select the power option in the settings options to shut down, and then turn off the side power button. Otherwise, it may cause the system card to lose files and cause it to fail to boot. Okay. So it's nice that they kind of include that warning to make sure you don't corrupt your micro SD card. We'll set the system aside here. And behind the system here, this is where we have our USB cable, which looks like that's a Type-C. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of neat. So I definitely thought we're going to be messing with micro USB for this handheld. It's a little bit older, but no, we got Type-C here. It looks like we also have the user manuals here. Let's go ahead and unveil the device. And here we have it. So we have that nice, clear, transparent case. And, you know, it's actually quite nice with its size and kind of its weight. Feels pretty good. Taking a look at the device, we got a D-pad here. Thumbstick. Oh no. I don't really like that. It kind of reminds me of the PlayStation, the PSP. But this is really stiff. I don't really like that slider. Looks like we got a menu button, a plus button for some reason, ABXY, start and select. The screen's nice. Looks like it's a 4:3 aspect ratio. It's got the PowKiddy logo on the bottom. We have our L button, our R button, and a Type-C charge port on top. On the bottom of the device, we got our micro SD card slot, and a headphone jack. Flipping the device over, we have our 2 stereo speakers, and we have that 15 milliamp hour rechargeable battery here. What's nice is that it's replaceable. By removing this, we could take that battery out and replace this if needed down the road. That's nice. On the one side, we have our volume rocker up and down. And on the other side, we have our power button slider. So let's go ahead and get this thing inside, out of the sunlight, and boot it up. Alright, let's get this booted up for the first time. Oh, alright, try again. There we go. Oof. Oof. Welcome to Windows 95. Alright, let's turn down the brightness a little bit here. Okay, and so here we have it. I mean, just booted up for the first time, and looks like we have a couple systems like Game Boys, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Scrolling down here, there's PlayStation. I am curious to see if that works on this device or not. We'll go ahead and test that out later. But let's go ahead and boot up a Game Boy Advance game. One thing I'm noticing is that there is like a delay when I make a selection. It kind of takes a second for it to kind of like process it, if you will. A game that I always like to test out is the Sonic Advance games, as it's very fast-paced typically, and there's a lot of running around. You have a chance of ghosting. I will say, I have this turned up all the way, and it is very, very quiet. Just listen to this. And it almost sounds like we have, like, audio popping or cracking. I mean, maybe that's not such a bad thing, like, if you're in a crowded space, that it's not that loud, but with 2 stereo speakers, it's pretty quiet. So what I'll say is just something feels off. I can't quite place what it is. Like, the game is playing, but I don't know if it's dropped frames exactly, because I mean, it appears to be going fluidly, but something just feels different. It doesn't feel right. It feels sluggish, if you will. Yeah, I'm not sure. To exit any game, what we're going to do is going to go ahead and push that menu button and scroll on down to exit. I also found out we had frame skip on, so in order for Game Boy Advance to work, you have to have a frame skip 4 on. Moving on over to PlayStation now, we just booted up Spyro for PlayStation 1, and I am curious to see how well this runs or doesn't. Oh boy, okay, we already kind of have some audio stuttering and some dropped frames. Oh no, it's so sluggish. No. I don't even hear any audio coming out. This is bad. So yeah, I'm gonna say really you can't do 3D PlayStation 1 games. You might be able to get 2D PlayStation 1 games with this. Ooh. Okay. Running a little bit. Oh, the frames. This isn't really doable. Well, let's see if we can get these guys. Shit, come here. we might not be able to get these guys. Come here. Oh no, he's making the greatest. Oh, we got him. We got him. Okay, get out of here. So according to that warning, in order to shut down the device, what we're going to want to do is go on over to the home button here and push power, and then push A to power off. Once that turns black, then we can slide our slider down, and that's to not corrupt that micro SD card on the bottom. So overall, what are my thoughts on the PowKiddy Q90? Right here is the RG35XX that I reviewed a few weeks ago. It's a few dollars more, very marginal difference in price, and I would honestly go with that than the PowKiddy. The PowKiddy's nice as a budget handheld. It struggled a little bit with Game Boy Advance, and it definitely struggled with PlayStation. The RG35XX plays PlayStation no problem. I gotta say, though, I think PowKiddy did a better job with their case transparency. I do like the see-through of the PowKiddy more than the RG35XX. I think for a better bang for your buck, the Anbernic is the device to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. What are your thoughts on the PowKiddy Q90? Keep an eye out for that Flipper Zero video. I am going to be working on that this weekend, and hopefully going to have that out either in the middle of the week or next week. Have a great week, everyone, and take care.